Hello, hello. Hey, Joy. Thank you for coming by to share some love. I see she came through. I love that. Well, I am here. Welcome to the chat. So, I see I had somebody who already came through, and I love that. I appreciate that. So, I'm just hanging out here. I know it's late. But I decided to come on and hang out here with y'all tonight. See what's going on. If you're in the chat, just say hi. Hey, J-Dog, how are you? It's Thursday. Happy Thursday. Yeah, I decided to come on live in the middle of the night again. YouTube was acting crazy earlier. I couldn't get on. So I had to schedule it for later. And right before I got ready to come on live, now YouTube is acting fine. How are you doing? Sorry about the avatar tonight, but even though it's late, my son is up, so hence I'm on avatar tonight. Yep, he's here. You can hear him in the background. But I got my trusty trap music playing, so I hope you enjoy that. All right, well, thank you for coming through. I appreciate you just coming through to show me some love, J-Dog. I appreciate you coming through just to show me some love. Don't forget to smash that like button. And I'll catch you in another live. But thank you for coming through. I know it's late. I got coffee. I don't know if he likes reptiles. His thing is airplanes, believe it or not. He loves airplanes. He loves trains. Still. Yeah, he really likes airplanes, but I don't know. I have taken him to a museum to see dinosaurs and everything. But like living reptiles, I'm not sure. Alligators and the likes, not sure. But he likes the ones in the movies. What kind of reptiles are you talking about? Are you talking about like the Jurassic Park type? Dinosaurs. Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, yeah, he likes dinosaurs. Yeah, he loved the Jurassic Park movies. But we haven't been to Universal in Hollywood. We haven't been to the one that's in Universal City in California. We haven't been to the Jurassic Park ride. Where are you located, J-Dog? What part of the country are you in? Because we're in California. I know there's a delay. He does like. Yeah. You know what? When I go and watch the gaming channels, he watches them with me. Yeah, he watches the gaming channels with me. That's why when I go in and check out all the gaming channels and check out their videos and everything, I'm really not just checking for me. I'm checking to see if it's something he might like. He has a YouTube account, but I don't know if he knows how to subscribe to people or not. I know. I'm gonna let him see him. Oh, that's fine. That's fine. You don't have to say what state you're in. I just was wondering if you were on the West Coast or on the East Coast or in the middle of the country. That's really what I was wondering. What time zone you were in. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We haven't been to it yet. We haven't been to the new one yet. To the Jurassic Park. At Universal Studios. We haven't been to it yet. But we're gonna go. Yeah, I know. On YouTube you have to be careful, but my first video told people I was in California, and I always come into everybody's chat and say Ola from the West Side, so it's kind of obvious that I'm in California. So, you know. But yeah, my nephew has been to the Jurassic, to the new Jurassic. He said it was good. And he's like, in the same age range as my son. He's in his, like mid-20s, so. You know what? Really? Wow. And that's not that far. Because I go skating in Fountain Valley. They have a skating rink that's right off the freeway. Yeah, they have a Fountain Valley's not that far. Not that far at all. I'm gonna have to go check that out with him. I had to actually go look up what ASMR was because I had no idea what that meant. And then, but there's so many channels doing all different kinds of things in silence. Like there's one channel that has a video of them eating potato chips for 5 minutes. And you just see the mouth going by eating the potato chips. Oh, really? Okay. I'm going to have to take him out there. He used to like Knott's Berry Farm, but I think he's kind of not really into that as much as Magic Mountain and Universal Studios anymore. But he likes animals. And he'll get a kick out of that. Wow. Yeah, I'm going to have to look that up, J-Dog. Yeah, I know, like, there's some of the people that sub to me that are in Europe. They might be up now. East Coast folk are still asleep. But people in Africa and in Europe, it's like morning time, so they probably at work. I know. I figured out what it was, but I didn't know what it stood for. I had to look it up. I've looked at a few of the channels that people have with different types of videos. But so far, I haven't found one that's what I like. Personally, what I like the feel of popping the bubbles in the bubble wrap. And I think somebody has a bubble wrap one that I might go check out. Maybe J Dog, maybe, but I'm definitely gonna get on there and because I like watching the gaming channels. I didn't get it at first until I started watching people's videos, and now I get it because, you know, when I'm playing a game, I can literally just sit there for hours in that game, you know. So watching the different games, especially like Fortnite that I don't know how to play, it kind of balances out seeing what other people are doing, and you get ideas. Only thing I do is Grand Theft Auto, and then I do like the ones where you're driving on 4-wheelers out in the middle of the desert and stuff. I'm glad you came through though, J Dog. This is a little more personal than when we're in those growth streams and everybody's name is flying by so fast that you barely get to say hi to people. I think I watched one of your gaming ones. I don't think I looked at that one yet. I don't think I've looked at the ones at the zoo. I think I looked at a couple of your gaming videos. I'm gonna have to have him to take a look at that, because I see because I get the notifications for everybody. Well, I get the notifications that YouTube wants me to have. Let me put it like that. I get the notifications that YouTube wants me to have, but I hit the notification bell for everybody's channel. But strangely, I get the notifications that YouTube wants me to have. See, I like videos where people are doing stuff like at aquariums and when they're going to like zoos and stuff, like all over the country and all over the world. Those things are so interesting to me, you know, because I mean, I've been to other countries and everything, but when I go to other countries, I don't go to the zoo or to the aquariums and stuff. That's stuff I, do like here. Like I go to the Long Beach Aquarium. But like I grew up on the East Coast and the zoo in the city that I grew up in, at least when I was growing up, it was free. I'm not sure if it's free now, because I think you got to pay for a lot of the stuff now, because I grew up in DC. But when I was growing up, the National Zoo was free, and it was free to go to all the Smithsonian. But I don't think it's free anymore. I think you got to pay for some of that stuff. Because like the first time I went to the San Diego Zoo, since I had never paid to go to the zoo, I was shocked that we had to pay to go to the zoo. I know that sounds silly, but I had grown up in a city where, basically it wasn't free because people's tax dollars were paying for it. But, But yeah, I like the San Diego Zoo. I've been to the LA Zoo a couple of times, like with my son. We've been there a few times, but I really wasn't impressed. And I guess it's because I grew up in DC with the National Zoo. So the San Diego Zoo was the only one that could kind of measure up in Southern California. The LA Zoo, I don't know. I don't know why it sucks, but it does. They need to do some stuff for it. And they've got Friends of the Zoo. I remember when I was growing up, I used to always go to the Museum of Natural History in DC and go to the exhibits with the dinosaurs and everything. And I was sitting there and draw pictures of the dinosaurs, of the bones and stuff. Oh, we have someone else who came into the chat. Say hi. Say hi. You get my in the middle of the night voice. So say hi. Don't be shy. I think there's a delay between when I can see that a person is here and when they can actually talk in the chat. Hey, Natural Curls for Life, how are you? Good morning. It's the middle of the night for me, but it's still morning. I'm on Avatar tonight because even though it's after midnight, my son is still up. So yeah, it's one of those nights. But now he's just being quiet. He's just listening to the music and listening to me talking because he thinks I'm talking to myself. How are you doing? That's the only thing I don't like about StreamYard is that I know that it lags with me seeing what you guys are typing in. But I can't go live on my phone until I get to 1K. So we're gonna do what we have to do just so I can be live and and talk to people in real time. I know it's the middle of the night. I know I'm crazy, but people are doing the silent streams in the middle of the night. I'm not to that point of doing a silent stream. I feel like I need to say something. So, but I appreciate you coming through, Natural Curls. Yeah, I just decided I'd come on for a little bit in the middle of the night and then I'll come back on later on. But since YouTube was acting up and I didn't get on when I wanted to, because I wanted to come on around 9 something yesterday, but I couldn't. YouTube was acting up. My YouTube was acting up. Let me just say that. But I appreciate you guys coming through for even if it's just for a minute. I appreciate it. And I know some people will probably try to catch the live in the morning when they wake up and look at the replay. But I figured I'd come on here, see, and talk to people, see see who's up. I definitely will. Comments. I comment when I watch videos. So I definitely will, J-Dog. Absolutely. And I'll even comment what my son thinks. I like watching everybody's videos personally because you get to see, you know, what other people are doing on YouTube and what other people's interests are, because basically most of us on our channels about us and what we like generally. You know, mine, yeah, it's about autism, but it's about me and my life, you know, caregiving for someone with autism. And obviously that's not everything in my life. Oh, well, we're all supporting each other because we're all on this journey together. I'm just, you know, glad that I'm meeting so many people from all over. All right, J-Dog. Thanks for coming through. Appreciate it. And I will definitely leave my comments on your videos, and I'll see you in some other live streams. Yeah, natural. I like watching other people's videos. I especially like the ones that have, you know, that are doing all this stuff, that are talking about their natural hair journeys. I like watching those. I didn't have a natural hair journey, but you know, because I've been natural for like over 30 years. So I stopped perming when I was in my early 20s, and so. But I like seeing all the how different people are doing it. I like to see the ones who decide not to do the big chop and just grow their hair out, you know, and just cut it off, you know, a little bit at a time, which is the way that we used to do it when I stopped perming. So Natural Curl, I take it, since you were already in bed, that you are not on the West Coast. You're somewhere else. You're not in the same part of the world as me. Well, see, Natural Curl, I grew up on the East Coast of, you know, in Washington, D.C. And it's very hot and humid, you know, in the summertime back there. So everybody permed, you know, at least when I was growing up in the 70s, that's what you did. And when I came to California and was in college, I stopped perming because the reason I was perming was no longer necessary. Plus, perming over-processed my hair. My brother's in Georgia. My brother is in Georgia, and my niece. My dad is in the Carolinas. But yeah, so the humidity is the reason, you know. And when I came to California in the 80s, that's when they were doing the jerry curls and everything, but that's what my hair naturally looked like. So I stopped perming my hair and went back to my natural curly hair. And people thought I had a curl in my hair in LA, and I had to explain, no. Some of us actually have naturally curly hair, and if y'all grew your hair out, you'd find out that most of y'all have curly hair. And now, you know, most women are wearing their natural hair. So, you know, everyone's finding out they have these beautiful curls. But I usually have my hair in braids. I usually have it in braids. And occasionally I take it out. And when I take it down and wear it out, people don't realize that it's my hair. They think that I have a weave in. So, which is ridiculous. Like, why would somebody weave in a lion's mane of hair? But I love my hair now, but I didn't love it so much when I was growing up. I'll just say that, because having the curly hair wasn't. People were asking me why didn't get my hair straight? Why didn't I wear my hair straight? Why did I have the curly hair? So then I finally permed. And I'm glad I stopped. And I wish I had never done it. I was taught I needed a perm once. Well, my mom was just being lazy, because she started putting relaxers in my hair probably like when I was 7. You got your first perm in the 7th grade. No. Well, I wish my mom had waited. No, I had the stinky ones that they had before, when they used to do the Vigor rolls that smelled horrible, and I cried the whole time that it was being put in my hair because it smelled so awful. And then they came out with the ones that didn't stink like that anymore. But I had perms from age 7 to age 21, because I stopped perming when I was in college. I stopped perming when I was in college. So, but yeah, and I mean, there was obviously breaks in there, but yeah, I had long, thick hair that was curly. My mom did not know how to deal with my hair, even though she had long, thick, curly hair. Didn't know how to deal with my long, thick, curly hair. But, I know, that's what I'm saying. I cried. It burned, and it was stinky. It smelled because they started out with those Vigor roll relaxers, and they were horrible. They should have never been put on a black person's hair. I'll just say that. And then I think when Chris Rock did that movie Good Hair and talked about all the stuff and showed the picture of the can being destroyed by perming solution, I think that made a whole lot of women stop perming their hair. Because when I saw it, I said, that stuff can burn through an aluminum can. Why the heck are we putting this in our hair? Oh, we have someone else. Someone else came in. Please say hi, and please don't forget to smash that like button. Say hi to the late night chat. But yeah, I'm a natural girl and have been for a long, long time. And that was a problem. I don't know. Back in the day, guys didn't really like natural. Now, I guess they're okay with it. 2004. I was long. I hadn't had a perm in my hair since the 80s. I haven't had a perm in my hair since the 80s. Literally. But, since I was wearing my hair in braids, I mean, I would flat iron my hair every once in a while. But, I went through the flat iron stage for a while. But then I just said, nope, we're not doing none of this. So, because even the flat iron and just any kind of the heat was just killing my ends. So no, we're good with all of it. I still, get it flat ironed every once in a while. Yeah, but I mean, it was just more. There's somebody up in the clouds. You can say hi from the clouds, Come on out of the clouds. Because you're not blocked on my channel. I haven't blocked anybody yet. Yeah. Nobody's been rude yet. So. Right. I was just glad to no longer. And now I still have all my flat irons and everything, and I never use them. They're just, rolled up in thing and in the back of the tray for those rare occasions when I decide. I haven't had heat on my hair in years, and the last time I had heat on my hair, a professional did it. So, but braiding, if I'm wearing my hair natural and braids and everything, thankfully I know how to take care of my own hair. But a lot of us had to learn how to take care of our own hair. Okay, I guess they went away. They didn't want to stay. That's okay. Maybe they hit that like button. I do too. I was very, very happy when earlier this year, in the state that I'm in, which is the first state to actually make it the law, California made it law that you cannot be discriminated against for wearing a natural hairstyle as an African American woman. And yeah, I mean, I've been able to wear, a lot of people have been able to wear braids in the workplace, but if you were going to interview for a job, you would take the braids out your hair and do something else. I think I've only been on one job. I only went on one job interview with braids in my hair. Yeah. And it was the human hair, teeny tiny braids, and I don't even think they could tell that they were braids, but I didn't get that job, but the person was racist. So, but I'm hoping that it should be across the board, because by putting that into law, then that kind of, covers everyone, It wasn't even, it's not even about us. We're not the only ones whose hair is naturally not straight. So, so I was happy about that, but I've worn braids forever, and and my hair is purple now because I work from home. From home, I can wear my hair any color I want. Any color I want. I figure if all of these young people are walking around with pink and purple and blue hair, then I'm gonna sport my purple hair because I am royalty. Yeah, no, but so you're in Georgia. If you're in the Atlanta area, I heard that it's chilly there right now, and you guys have been getting a little rain and stuff, but y'all are starting to get early winter. Yes, purple is a beautiful color to have as your favorite color. It's a beautiful color. It's royalty. That's why so many of us like purple, because we know we're royalty. We know we're royalty. Yeah, I've never actually dyed my own hair purple, but I have a couple of friends who have done it. But I'm like, my hair doesn't like colors. I found that out. My hair does not like to be colored. It does not like colors. It does not like colors at all. So if I want color, I have to braid it in, or I'd have to weave it in, or wear a wig. And I don't do wigs. Not really. I have some, but I don't wear them. I just have them. Yeah, no, but my brother's in Georgia. And actually, Georgia is one of the places I'm thinking about relocating to eventually. But I'm thinking about like southern Georgia, like Savannah area. Really? I'm going to watch that one, girl. I'm going to watch that because I always go searching around YouTube looking for people who have purple hair. And I'll punch it in. Videos about purple hair. So I've seen quite a few. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, one of my friends did the temporary purple. And it looked good on her. It was like she did an ombre. So she had her own color at the top, and then she did the purple at the bottom. And I've done the purple ombre with the braids before. But I'm going to definitely be looking at that. I wish the only one I've tried is I did that color wax, the hair color wax. I did that one and put the purple in my hair with that. And that came out pretty good, actually. My hair was purple for like a couple of days. And then I washed that crap out. But it washed right out. Yeah, I saw it on IG and I ordered it. Took like a couple of weeks for it to come, even though the place that it was coming from was literally here in Southern California, but the package was going third class, so it went around the world before it came back to my house. Oh, so you've got the wax stuff. Yeah, it worked. It worked on my hair. It works. Just be prepared for your hands to get messy with it on your hands. Yep. I know. I saw it on Amazon after I ordered it from the company on Instagram. Then I started seeing it on Amazon, and I told other people to get it from Amazon because it was cheaper on Amazon. But yeah, it works, and it's non-toxic, so you just put it in your hair. It's like a crayon. It's like, I guess, like a crayon wax. They mix something in with it. It's not crayon wax. You know what I mean? But it's like, it's a smooth. It feels real creamy in your hands, and it doesn't dry. It doesn't really dry on your hands while you're doing it. It's really, really wet, and you can get it all through your hair. And then when you're done with it, you just wash it out. Oh, wow. So then that means that video is coming up soon. I'm going to be looking for that video. I'm going to be looking for that video this week. Yeah, Saturday, I'm going to my college homecoming game. Well, I don't know if I'm going to go to the game. I'm going to the tailgate. And I'm going to the mixer on Friday night. But I think the game's going to be a night game, and I don't think I want to deal with the traffic around USC. So I don't think I'm going to go to the game. I think I'm just going to go to the tailgate and leave. All videos had good reviews. That's good. I thought about, since I do my own hair, I thought about doing a video on it, but I've watched some of the people that do it where they do the time lapse so that it does it faster and everything, and I'm like, no, I don't know if I want to do that. If I do it, I'll do it like with just one section of my hair left to do. I would never do it from the beginning because it takes a long time to braid my hair if I'm doing the size I normally do. Yeah. Someone else came in again. Are they going to be polite and say hi, or are they going to stay in the cloud? Just come on down and say hi. I never understand why people come in and just look and don't come in and say hi. See, they're gone. Because I guess they didn't know that I could see that they were there. That's fine. I don't know what they're looking for because they're not going to find a growth stream in the middle of the night. So the only thing they're going to find in the middle of the night is people talking, or they're going to find those silent streams where nobody's doing anything. Yeah. That I know that's the reason why I don't want to I watched the people who do the braiding videos, bless their hearts. Cuz setting up the camera to do all of that is. Good morning, Latoya. Ooh, girl, you up. Hi, I am Filipina. Hi, Sticks girl. Ooh, y'all are all rushing me. It's like everybody's coming in at one time. Good morning. Good morning. Well, I'm on Avatar again tonight, or this morning, because as you can hear, my son is here. He's still up. And y'all, it's the middle of the night here, so. But he's up. How are you doing, Filipina? I know it's afternoon where you are. Yes. It's the afternoon there. I think it's the afternoon. Yep, it's afternoon. Most of the other places, except for the United States, it's still night and early morning here. Yes, David. Latoya said good morning. You want to say good morning? Good morning. He said good morning, Latoya. Yeah, he's trying to say your name. I'm sure he can say Latoya because he knows how to say Beyonce. Just got home from immigration. Ah, okay. I hope that went well. I hope that went well for you. You did? Okay, good. I'm glad you heard him. I didn't know if you could hear him because he has a deep voice. Thank you for coming through and hanging out with me for a while. Natural hair, natural curls. I will catch you probably during the middle of the day for me. Thank you so much for coming through. Sticks girl and Latoya and Miss Filipina. Did everything go well with your husband's visa? Oh, I can do Toya. That's easier. Hey, Cleveland. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I apologize for my avatar, but my son is up. So, yeah. I thought he would be asleep at this time, but psych. I guess not. Oh, Sticks, girl, you are such a sweetheart. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I'll be on here for a minute. Because I haven't even been on an hour, so yeah, I'll be on it for a minute. How are you doing, Cleveland? How are you doing, Toya? And Toya, isn't it kind of early for you? Y'all are up early. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. One more day till Friday. That's the way I'm looking at it. One more day till Friday. Yeah, I realized that I had to come on and get some hours on doing, like, at night during this week, because this weekend is my college homecoming, and I'm probably going to be busy most of Saturday, and then Sunday, my church is starting their annual conference, so I'm going to be busy most of the day on Sunday too. But I'm somewhere in there, I'm going to squeeze in a lot. So, but this is the first time I've come on during the week in the middle of the night. I figured I'd give it a try. Especially since I'm usually up. Even if I'm not doing anything, I'm up. I don't go to sleep early like I should. But of course tonight, because I knew I was going to be on StreamYard, I started getting sleepy. But I'm not sleepy because now I'm on a caffeine high. So. Do you? Wow, Toya, I did not know that. Sometimes, well, I'll put it like this. My son has weird sleeping patterns. And sometimes he's sleeping and sometimes he's not. But if he's not sleeping, neither am I. So why not be on here doing a live stream? If I got to be up until the wee hours of the morning because he's up to the wee hours of the morning, then we're going to do this. Then I'm at least be doing something productive. At least be doing something productive. So, guys, I'm not really, well, I am a little political, but I'm not really political. But did any of you guys see those debates? I did not see them, but I saw the commentary, and the commentary was enough for me to know that I'm glad I didn't do it, because I would have never been able to get that time back. I don't know what this country's going to do, y'all. I don't know what this country's going to do. We have a crazy man for a president, and then our options seem to be slim outside of him right at this moment. Yeah. Oh, my goodness. Well, at least you have someone to help you out on that, LaToya. I mean, sometimes I literally will just plop myself down on the sofa and fall asleep down here so that I can make sure that nothing happens when I'm sleeping. But I'm surprised that he's this wide awake right now, because he has to go to work in the morning, We both have to go to work in the morning, but I work from home, and he actually has to leave this house to go to work. Are you serious? Well, let's see. No, by the time I get sleepy, he will not be sleepy. He will probably be able to stay awake all night. But after I stop the live stream later, he'll just go up. He'll go up to his room, and then I'll get to hear the keyboards from that point on. I'm surprised that he's not up there doing it now. You know, he has weird sleep patterns. I think I need to get him some of that the melatonin. It's called melatonin. You can get it at the health food stores. People are telling me that helps people on the autism spectrum. It helps with sleeping. Have you ever tried that, Toya? I haven't tried it with him before, but a few of my friends have used it with their kids. And they said it really, really helps. You know, but you know what I was going to tell you, Toya? You need to check out, it's a YouTube channel called Autism Live. Go check out their library of their videos, because there is a video in there, one of them, probably I would say in the last couple of days, where they were talking about how to help change the sleep pattern with your kid. Because I'm going to try it with my son, even though he's an adult. Yeah, that's what I'm going to try it with my son, because everyone's telling me that it really does help. Because his brain is not telling his body to shut down. Yes, that's the channel. It's called Autism Live. They're on Facebook too. And I actually met the lady that does the show, Shannon. Her name is Shannon. When I went to that Art Fest a few weeks ago, she was at that. But they film that show out of the Center for Autism Research and Development. And they have those all over the country. But check out that channel. I promise you will not regret it. And check out the channel and check out the library of videos that are in there. And go to their website. Because I wish they've been doing that show for a few years. I never saw it until I started doing the autism videos. And as soon as I started doing autism videos, I could barely find any autism channels. But as soon as I started doing autism videos, all the other autism channels have started popping up. So now I'm seeing them. There's still only about 20. So out of the millions of channels, there's only about 20. Wow. You know, when I was younger, I would be doing music all night and stuff, and I would be up writing and stuff. You know, there was a purpose for me being up all night and everything. Now, I just, it's more because he won't go to sleep. So I'm the one who will have bags under the eyes in the morning. He will not have bags under his eyes at all. So But y'all hear him, he's singing. He's in the background singing. So. And not this week, not next week, but the week after, he'll be 24. He'll be 24. I cannot believe that he will be 24, but he will be 24. See, you know what? Tell you, whenever I can't sleep, I've tried taking sleeping pills, but then I wake up feeling, like I need to go back to sleep because it just feels, I still feel tired the next morning. And a lot of times you have to take the sleeping pill like an hour before you want to go to sleep. Wow. Anxiety. See, with me, I started not sleeping as well after my mom died, because my mom used to help me, So I did have someone who would be up in the middle of the night if I wasn't. But when she died in 2011, since then, it's all me. And I don't have a problem going to sleep, but I do now. So. Hey, Sticks girl. Yes, Sticks girl. Everything that I find out, I always, I give it out, because the thing that I find is that the resources seem to be very, very hard for people of color. And I'm not even just talking about Black people, to get access to or to find out about, because nobody tells them. So I'm making sure we all know about it. Yeah, Sticks girl. Yeah, the Autism Live, they are partnered with an ABA, with the ABA, which is CARD, Center for Autism Research and Development, and they have so much stuff. They even have stuff for like where my son is. They have this thing called Living Skills that can help with parents or with people on the spectrum that are already adults, to help with their, living and things that they need as far as resources, mental health, and all of the things that they needed when they were kids, but now it's harder to get to those resources as adults. Yeah, but like with Benadryl has never made him sleepy. I've had to give him Benadryl on a few occasions, but that was because he refused to take an EpiPen because he's allergic to fish. So that's the only time we've done the Benadryl. The Benadryl makes me sleepy.
Okay. Guess what?
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot. I don't even know half the stuff that I feel I should know with my son being an adult now, but there's so much stuff going on, and there's like, I know that when they had the VidCon this year, that was in Anaheim out here, I didn't know about it until after the fact, but they actually had a whole panel that was dealing with neurodiverse. So it appears that YouTube is starting to recognize that there are, people with autism or that are neurodiverse that want to be heard on YouTube. Yeah, but the sleep pattern thing is very, very typical for people with autism. A lot of them have, bad sleep patterns. But the thing is that when they have bad sleep patterns, so does everybody else in the house. So does everybody else. Well, Sticks Girl, with autism, I'm just going to say this. Every parent has to educate themselves. No matter how much information the experts give you, they don't know your child. They just don't. And every person with autism is different because it is a spectrum. And so you have people that are at different things because their brains are processing things differently. But the way that my son's processes things in his brain is not the same as, Temple Grandin, who's the most famous person with autism, how she processes things. She thinks in pictures. I think he thinks in pictures, but I don't know because he hasn't told me that, But I know he sees a lot of stuff in his mind, but I know that like a lot of stuff he doesn't hear things the same way that we do. He doesn't process what's coming in auditory the same way. Hey, Flat Earth Alaska, how are you? You are new. I don't think I know you. Are we friends, Flat Earth Alaska? I guess I know him. I must know him. I have so many friends now, I don't know. Okay, you are new. Okay. I was like, I don't remember seeing that name before. Well, welcome to my channel, Flat Earth Alaska. Thank you for coming through. We're just talking about different things. Actually, I was just talking about autism. I was really just talking about the fact that every person who has a child with autism needs to educate themselves because the experts can't tell us about our kids because every child with autism is different and they all turn out different. Well, I'm glad you came through, Flat Earth Alaska. Flat Earth Alaska. That's an interesting name. That's an interesting name. What caused what? You think you know what you think you know what causes autism? Well, we think it's some environmental factors in it. Among other things. Because the state that I live in seems to have a high proportionate of children on the spectrum who are now becoming adults. Food dyes, yeah. We would that was something that we had discussed in another live about that part of it is it's what's in the food. and how they process the food. You know, but like you have children who are eating organic and all of that stuff, and they have autism. So I don't know if I can't say that it's just that, because that might explain it here in the United States, but how does that explain autism in the rest of the world? See, that's the thing, is that's why I think that there's a lot of factors that are playing into the autism. But I will say that those vaccinations is in there, and even though they keep throwing it out, Toya, if you go back like maybe 2 weeks ago on Autism Live, they were talking about it again, and they were talking about the fact that the CDC did say that a whistleblower from the CDC did say that the vaccinations caused African American and Latino boys to be more susceptible. Some of them in those two ethnic groups had a higher susceptibility to autism with vaccinations. And they never did anything with it. It got buried. But that was the real story around the vaccinations is that it may have an ill effect with certain ethnic groups, not all ethnic groups. Yeah, chemtrails. That's what I said. There's so many different. There are environmental factors. I think that there are other factors. They still haven't found. They keep trying to find a genetic factor, but how are you going to do that? How are you going to find a genetic factor when it goes across every ethnic group? So I don't know. Yeah, and Toya, if you look around YouTube, there's a lot of YouTubers that video it so that we can see them, because you're not going to see them on the news. Why would they don't want us to see the chemtrails. They don't want us to know that they're there. They want us to be asleep, not know what they're doing. You know, and I'm in California, and I don't live, I live within a 10-mile radius of SpaceX. Hey, health, weight, and real talk. Good morning. You slipped past me. I didn't even see you. Good morning. Good morning. I'm just in here running my mouth as usual. As usual, I'm running my mouth. You know, saying everything that I think about. But see, I'll say all of this stuff. I'll talk about all this stuff in the live chats and everything. It's harder to just sit down and do like a video. I try not to be a conspiracy theorist, but I'm just gonna say, it's not that I don't believe that autism has always existed. It probably has. My issue is that so many children have it now, because when my son was diagnosed, they said it was 1 in 10,000, which I know is a lie, but that's what they said. Now it's 1 in 45 for boys in the United States. And then I forget what the worldwide figure is, you know. And then you have the continent of Africa, where there's such a stigma on autism that a lot of these kids are hidden away. The parents are ashamed, and they think that it's demons and other things. And then the children are not diagnosed until they're older. And so you have a whole bunch of children on the continent of Africa who are nonverbal because they weren't diagnosed until later. Oh, of course that comes from them. Yeah. These are just theories. These are my hypotheses. These are the things that I'm thinking, because I don't know. All I know is that my child was fine, and then he had vaccinations and he wasn't. That's what I know. That's what I know about my kid. And I also know that a few people sued over the vaccinations, and won. A couple of people actually got some money out of that. I found that, and it was in, I don't even remember what state it was in. I don't remember, but they took it all the way up to a superior court and got some money. So yeah, they don't want us to think that it's the vaccinations, because they're now forcing everyone to vaccinate their child. There are no medical exemptions. There are no religious exemptions. There are no exemptions, except I think if they think if it's going to kill the kid, basically. So we have to kill our kids slowly through the vaccinations. And I'm not saying that they shouldn't get vaccinated. I just don't think that a child under the age of 2 should be getting that bundle of vaccinations. And people don't know that they can tell their doctor to unbundle the vaccinations and not give them to the child all at once. I never get flu shots, Toya. I never get the flu shot. Ever. I'm so sorry that happened to you. I mean, I did have a miscarriage, but it wasn't because of a flu shot. But I got a flu shot one time, and I got the flu. And my father, the doctor, doesn't get the flu shots either, because every time he gets the flu shot, he ends up getting the flu. Yeah, my mom's been gone for a minute. Who are you calling in the middle of the night? Stop calling people. You working on? Yeah, I know. You guys don't have a lot of choice about the flu shots. I mean, I work from home, so that's the reason why I don't see the necessity. Because unless my son's bringing it in the house to me, I'm probably not going to get it. And I'm trying to think, has he ever had the flu? I don't even think my son hasn't really had a cold since he was a kid. Like a little kid. So Toya, well, you still have a daughter. She's just already, in heaven. That's the way I feel about my baby. I'll see them on the other side. I know this. Yeah. I do Flat Earth, I do a lot of holistic stuff. So, especially with my son's autism, because yeah, we tried the meds, but we don't do meds anymore. But, because the medications that they have out there for children on the autism spectrum, none of those medications were actually specifically made for autism. They were made for other reasons. They were meant to treat other things. They just found out that they could use them because one of the side effects was that it helps with behaviors or with certain things with kids with autism. But when I talked about the meds, I said why I don't do them, because I had the med that my son took made him sad. He was sad all the time, and it made him gain weight, and so then he was the sad fat kid, and yeah, it just really was not a happy time. I mean, he wasn't having any of the meltdowns or anything, but then again, now it just had him in a state. CBD? Mary Jane. That's okay. I know quite a few. I know quite a few autism moms that do that. I do. Some of them just do the CBD, but some of them don't do just the CBD. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And I'm in California, so and then I've talked to like the holistic doctor. We've talked about CBD and whether it really helps with autism, and it does help some people. Yeah, really for his prostate. See, they don't want us to know the medicinal uses, that's obvious. I mean, but they were there before it became a Schedule 1 in the United States. So that's good, Flat Earth. That's very, very good. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Yeah. It's so important for men to take care of that too. Take care of their prostate. It's very, very good. Very important. I had to beat up on my dad to make sure that he was, getting himself checked and everything on a regular basis, because y'all know that doctors are the worst patients in the world. They don't like going to doctors. They don't like going to the doctor. I'll just say that part. So, but he did. And everything was good with him, thankfully. But I was like, you're the worst doctor. Y'all are worst patients. Dude, go to the doctor. Just humor your children. So he did, and he's good. And he's 80, so that's a good thing. Hey, Nicker, how are you? That's the thing. And if you now that it, because of the medicinal things that have happened around the country, like at least 35 states, it's at least for medicinal purposes, you start to see more things about the medicinal purposes for you. You start to see more about the history of it. And we all know why it's a Schedule 1 in this country. I mean, we all know why it became a Schedule 1. It's no secret, I mean, it was about money, So, because we can't have you growing your own medicine in your backyard now, can we? So, but people are going to have to start growing their own vegetables and stuff, because we don't know what they keep using genetically mutated stuff. We're going to need to start growing our own everything and going and catching our own, fish and everything. Because, yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be eating salmon anytime soon. And I used to love salmon, but I'm not going to eat a genetically mutated salmon that you have swimming it, in those little whatever y'all have. Nah, you wouldn't, but I mean, the problem with a lot of the pharmaceuticals is that those medicines don't just work on the bad parts. They kill the good parts. I know my son's allergic to it, and I figured that it's because of the mercury in the fish, because he cannot eat fish at all. Can't eat fish. What happens if David eats fish? That's right. You're going to swell up if you eat some fish. Yep. He's never been able to eat fish. Ever. The first time we gave him fish, swell up. And it wasn't that bad the first time, but if he eats fish now as an adult, everyone knows he's eating some fish because his face looks like somebody has punched him in his face. Oh, yeah, I know. Like I said, I like shellfish. So far, they haven't found a way to genetically mutate that. So, yeah. Are you a vegan? Flat Earth, I was a vegan for 7 years. Yeah. In my 20s. Until probably the year before my son was born. And then I started eating, chicken and fish again. And now I don't really eat fish anymore. And every time I eat red meat, I'm sorry I ate it. So I don't eat a lot of red meat. However, if I follow that book that says there's a book that was called eating food for your blood type. According to the book, that's what I should be doing. I should be a meat eater. I should be eating lots and lots of red meat. And the thing that I love, seafood, I shouldn't be eating that. So I'm not. So of course I didn't pay attention to that because that's crazy to me. That my blood type would mean I should be a meat eater. Who looks like Will Smith in Hitch? Somebody said something. Oh, like Dr. Sebi. They're supposed to there's a book that's supposed to be coming out by the guy that worked closely with him, and it's going to have all that information in there. All his stuff in there. Cause who said it on their YouTube channel? Tasha K did. Tasha K said talked about it on her YouTube channel. She had a little commercial in her on YouTube talking about the book was coming out soon. Oh, yes. That's exactly what he looks like, Toya. You know, yeah, like Will Smith looked after eating shellfish. Face looks like somebody punched him in his face. Like half the face is all swollen up like somebody punched him. Yeah. I had to, one time he snuck and ate some fish. Oh, you're getting the book. Yeah, that's what I heard the book was coming. Yeah, I just heard her say that, I think, yesterday or today on her show. And I was like, oh, that book's coming out. Okay. Now all we need is the documentary that Nipsey was trying to help make sure it got made. Yeah, and Toya, he loves fish. He loves fish. He absolutely loves fish, but he knows he can't eat it. So I don't. So because he can't eat fish, I don't eat fish. So you know, I think every once in a while, if he's not home on a weekend, I will go like to San Pedro on a Saturday morning to the docks to get me some fresh fish, so I know that it's not, you know, and I'll have me some. But other than that, I don't trust the stores. I'm sorry. I don't know that what you're giving me is it's really fish. I don't know if it's really a fish. Oh man, flat Earth. I'm gonna have to look at that. I'll look at that one. I've seen a couple of them about, you know, but I haven't been able to do dairy for quite some time, so I don't even do dairy. Yeah, I can't drink milk at all, and I like cheese, but I don't. Other than like making mac and cheese, I don't really eat cheese that much. But I'm trying to stay plant-based as far as my diet now. So I mean, yeah. I know my crabs and shrimp are scavengers. I know that they're scavengers and they eat all the junk off the bottom of the ocean. Mm-hmm. They just taste so good. So, you know. But I would definitely take a look at that too. And Tori, you already got the book coming. I have Amazon Prime too. It's on Amazon Prime. I'm gonna have to go out there and order it then. I know there's vegan versions of everything, but some of the vegan versions are not so good. Depending on what it is, you know? Because I think, who is it? The Ghetto Vegans. they do videos and they make vegan versions of a lot of things. They made a vegan version of oxtails. I don't know. Since I don't eat oxtails, I couldn't really talk about it that much. But there's a Cuban restaurant that I get food from delivered to me sometimes, and I get this really good salad with vegan shrimp because the restaurant is completely vegan. And so I know that there's vegan things of everything. I've tasted some of them. Some and some things the vegan version isn't all that hot. Now I know this might. He self-published. Oh, really? Well, go look at Ghetto Vegans because they did one. They did a version of vegan oxtails. They did it. Yeah, they did oxtails. Yeah. But I try to stay plant-based. I mean, but so Flat Earth, what is your opinion of the Impossible Burger and the Beyond Meat? What is your opinion of those? Because I know both of them are soy-based. And most people that I know that are vegans don't like them. Because like my best friend, she's been vegan since because we were vegan together for a while. But she stayed vegan and but she became a vegan because she had really oily skin when we were growing up, and she had to change her diet. Oh, do you? I do too. Caribbean, Cuban, same thing. But on my mom's side, it's Caribbean. My dad's side is Cuban. Is that is that your answer, Flat Earth? Okay. Yeah, see, I tried the Impossible Burger, but I tried the Fat Burger's Impossible Burger. I haven't tried the Burger King Impossible Whopper. Now, the Fat Burger's Impossible Burger was scary to me because it really tasted like meat. It tasted like a burger. And I'm like, this is not, that was messing with me. Because, I mean, I was like, am I really eating something that's not meat? And to me, it's like, I think that they made the Impossible Burgers and the Beyond Meat for people who are not vegan to try to get them to do vegan stuff. Oh, your mom's dad's from my great grandmother, my mom's father's mother was from, I always get it mixed up. She's either from Antigua or Anguilla. I can't remember. She's from one of those two. She was from one of those two. And she was from the French speaking part of the Caribbean because she spoke French, like from France. Yeah, I think that those burgers were made for people who are not necessarily vegan because they taste just like meat. So, but it's a burger. It's a burger, and it's all they're trying to do. They're trying to make a healthy version of junk food. I know. That's the other thing, Toya, is because they're made out of soy. So I don't know, because I don't really do soy. Like, I don't do soy milk. I drink almond milk. So I know it has been around for thousands and thousands of years. But the soy milk gives me gas, like dairy milk. So we don't do it. And almond milk, I love almond milk. It tastes so good. And I use it as my milk substitute when I'm making, like if I'm making something that requires milk, I use the almond milk. Girl, stop it. Are you serious? Toya, where you hear that? Where did you hear that one? I never heard that. Wow. See, I just knew that soy was not necessarily good for you. I knew that it wasn't. And the interesting thing is that when my son was never able to drink milk. So when he was a baby, they if I wasn't nursing, he had the soy, but for some reason I didn't really like the soy, so hence he got nursed until he was 13 months old when he weaned himself. So he never really drank the soy, and then when he started drinking milk, he was drinking horchata, rice milk. And at that time it was mainly because, number one, soy milk costed an arm and a leg, and horchata did not. And he wasn't allergic to rice milk, and he liked the rice milk because it came in flavors. Yeah. All I know about soy is that it's not as good as people let people. It's not as good for people as we have been led to believe. They're trying to rebrand it now because people have stopped using soy. Oh, I agree with that. I mean, like now I'm really focusing on a lot of the lot of the channels that I sub to that are on the continent, and looking at how the different kinds of meals that they make and what they use in their meals and stuff, and trying some of those dishes out, because I think some of it has to do, our diet here in the United States. I think some things in our diets, I I don't know. I don't trust the government about anything. when it comes to people of color, we've never been treated very well in this country. You know. You know, and I highly doubt that Trump's version of what America should be is the kind of America that I want to live in. He hasn't gotten his wish yet, but you know. It could be. That's very correct, because you got to think about it, flat earth.
Yeah.
How we eat in the United States is not how people eat in other countries. We eat more processed food than any other nation. We eat much more processed food. You know. And now you have people starting to think about their health, but you know, to me, holistic medicine should always be a part of your life. You should never rely strictly on you know, pharmaceuticals and that kind of stuff, because medicine is an art. Doctors can only diagnose based on what they've seen before. If they've never seen it before, they don't know how to diagnose it. You know? They don't know. You know, but you have to also think about the fact that this country started out as an agricultural country. People grew their own food. You know, if they wanted to have chicken, they raised some chickens. You know, but it's gotten to a crazy point here. I mean, but you were right. I did see that up earlier in the stream about, yeah, the federal government they pay farmers to not plant anything, to leave their fields barren. You know, so we have an artificial shortage of food. Oh yeah, I agree with that, Flat Earth. Well, see, that's what I'm saying, Toya, is that there are doctors who are in the medical field that do holistic, as well as, you know, but I have a holistic doctor. He's licensed. He is a medical doctor. He just practices holistic medicine. I know. You know, I don't even want to talk about the Monsantos. Ugh. You know, because this country we had a chance to get that crap to not be in here at all. And I remember that Monsanto's campaigned hard to keep food from having labels on it, so that we would know. I know, they do. I remember when, like a few years ago, when we had the quote unquote med fly infestation in Southern California, and then they were going around, you know, spraying at night and everything, and people were getting sick who were inside their homes when the spray was happening. So what was a finger slip? Oh, see, I don't know what was the flank. What was a slip? Oops, my phone is about to die. Let me go get I'm getting my cord. Coming right back, guys. Just getting my cord. I'm back. And my phone is on a cord now because it's about to die. Government control and mental is mine. Oh. Oh, okay. Okay, I see. Sorry. See, I could still see the comment in StreamYard, Toya, so I didn't even know that you had accidentally used your little wrench. No, I mean, like I said, before the Industrial Revolution, this was a agricultural country. Matter of fact, the first crop that our country grew before cotton was hemp. That was the original crop that was here in America because it was just growing all over the place. So that was the first crop. And then when the ships stopped using the hemp for the ship sails and stuff and everything, then they switched over to cotton. But people were still growing, there were still people who were growing hemp crops, just not at the large amount as the cotton. Of course, hemp is a better fabric to make clothes out of than cotton. Lasts longer too. Probably why they don't want to use it. Yeah, they used it for everything. Because I have a t-shirt made out of hemp. Man, let me just say that I have some t-shirts that are newer than that shirt, and that shirt looks newer than those shirts. A plane made out of it? Wow. No wonder the government doesn't, no wonder. I was like, because you have to think about it. When when they remove marijuana from being a Schedule I drug, and it is going to happen because the way our Constitution was written is that if 2/3 of the states make it legal, it overrides the federal government. We don't have enough states that have made it legal yet, though. But once we have the right amount that make it legal for recreational, then that basically will override the government. Because I don't think we'll ever have a president who will have enough balls to change it from the Schedule 1 drug because of the pharmaceutical companies lobbying heavily on Capitol Hill. It is in their best interest for it to stay illegal at the federal level. I don't know, Toya, because let me tell you something. My hometown, Washington, D.C., even though there are no collectors or anything there, however, they made recreational legal in Washington, D.C. 2 years before California. 2 years. 2 years before California did. Now, all they did is made it legal for people to possess it and to smoke it in the privacy of their own home. They have never licensed anybody to sell it in a shop, but people can legally have it. And I assume that if they can legally have it, they can legally grow it. But obviously they can't be doing, the most like some of the people are doing out here in California, which is just stupid. Wow. Yeah, but Georgia has a medicinal law, so there's states that don't even have medicinal. At least Georgia has a medicinal law. Yeah, I know. It's weird, because the states that you think would have gone for it didn't, but a lot of them were waiting until California did. Okay, well, so this is what next year will be year 3. Will be year 3, and I don't know why they were waiting for California, because this is probably the hardest state to regulate it in. I think the other states, the smaller states, like Colorado and Oregon and Washington and Nevada, they have it more together than California. Well, it is legal technically, but it's just not legal at a federal level. I mean, it's just really stupid, but the thing is that if it gets made legal in the United States, that'll probably change the laws in some other countries. Right now, I think let's see, Canada, is it in October? This October it is for them? Or was that last October? And then I heard that it's legal in the country of Uruguay, but they said the legal stuff that you can get from the government tastes like somebody peed in it. So it's trash. Yeah, I mean, it's natural, and the thing is that if it had no medicinal purposes, then we would, but doctors used to use it. Heck, y'all, they used to use all of these things that are now, considered Schedule 1. They used to use cocaine, from the coca plant and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. All of Canada. I think as of last October. So, you know, we'll see what happens here in the United States. It would probably be in our best interest because that would probably stop all the crap that's, you know, coming in here from Mexico, or through Mexico rather. You know, but I mean, Canada making it legal is not going to stop all the illegal activity because, you know, where do we think they're getting all the Molly from? It's coming from across the border. So I know. That was so long. Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true. Coca-Cola was originally for medicinal purposes. That's true. Hey, Miller's Beats. Thank you for stopping by and saying hello. Appreciate it. I know. Yeah, that's exactly true. They did used to prescribe it. Used to prescribe opium. Used to prescribe marijuana. All of those things were all, you know, out on a prescription. Wow. The acid. Yeah, the acid in it. That's why some people can't drink carbonated drinks. Because they can't drink that. They can't take the acid. Their stomach won't let them. Yeah. You know, but I use a lot of different, you know, I take a lot of different herbs and, you know, vitamins in their natural forms, like calcium. You know, I mean, there's some in the stuff, but I still take additional calcium to that, you know, because, and I get my vitamin D and all of that stuff through other things other than milk, cow's milk. And people are always saying, well, you should try goat's milk. I'm like, so if I'm not going to drink milk from one animal, why would I drink milk from another animal? I'm trying to think about that. Hey, Rena. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for coming in. Appreciate it. Thank you so much for coming in. Raina, you missed it earlier. I was at the beginning of my live. There was I was talking to somebody and I was telling them that I had to go look up what ASMR stood for because I had no idea what it stood for when I came on YouTube. And then I found out, and I was saying that I gotta find something that's in ASMR that, you know, is what I like. Now I like popping bubbles, but I've seen people putting on gloves on one channel, and I mean that's all they did the whole video, which is putting on rubber gloves or feeling rubber gloves. I've seen one where they're eating ice cream. I've seen them eating candy bars. I've seen them eating potato chips. You know, different things, but I had no idea what it stood for until I came on YouTube. But I like the ones where you guys are doing the scratchers, you know. But some of the other ones, Well, flat Earth. That's because if they think that we can't handle the truth, so there's people who always think they know better for the human race than people do for themselves. We don't know any better, so they're going to do it for us. I mean, you know what? But the ASMR channels, those are that depending on what it is. Some of those you can just put it on and go to sleep to it. I think there's one where they were just breathing. That's all it was, is they were breathing into the microphone. Now I'm gonna have to go find that one, Toya. See? I'm gonna have to go find that one. I'm gonna have to go find that one. Because I guess that probably, because I know, we all remember when we were little, when somebody just get there with the comb and just scratch on their scalps. I'm gonna have to go find that one. They must have one. They must have one for everything that you can possibly think of. They must have one for everything. See, that's what I told you. Yeah, there's ones of people sleeping, all kinds of stuff. I was just like, but those videos get high views, so somebody's watching them. Just like at first I didn't get the gaming channels, but now I do. I absolutely do, because I think about it. I was like, well, when I'm sitting there I'm playing a game, I could literally be locked in that for hours. So I can see somebody sitting there watching somebody playing a game and just watching it. Wow. Y'all are showing I'm like, I haven't delved that deep into it, but every time I subscribe to a channel and that's what they're doing, then a bunch of other channels start popping up with it. So that's how I'm finding all these different channels and what they're doing on them. I'm like, wow. As long as nobody makes a channel with them scratching on a chalkboard, we'll be good. Because I can't do that. I can't. I don't know about y'all, but that's that thing that most of us can't stand. Somebody taking their nails and dragging them across a chalkboard. Can't do it. Don't do it. That one, I can't. So I hope nobody creates a channel with that. Because that freaks me out. I used to have to walk out the classroom if somebody did that when I was in school. I don't know. It's just something about the sound. That's probably why I didn't like to hear Freddy Krueger's finger knives. But I loved the movies, but I didn't like that part of it. You right, but Toya, I'm telling you, I'm like, dang. I'm like, they didn't found something because, you know, you would think nobody's gonna be watching this. How wrong I was. I look at the views. I look at how many people have looked at it. I don't look at how many people said they liked it or disliked it. I look and see, well, they may only have 5 thumbs up, but they have 100 people looked at this. 100 people have looked at this. Or 200, something, so no, you were not that person, Toya. Oh, it just would give me the heebie-jeebies to hear it. That's what I'm saying. Oh, wow. Well, that doesn't bother me. Just the chalkboard. Just the chalkboard. Nails across the chalkboard. That's the thing. But, as I speak, I know that somewhere out on YouTube, that channel exists. I know it does. I'm like, if I thought about that I don't like it, somebody's already created that channel and it's out there. And it's probably real popular. I just thought about that. I was like, wait a minute. Oh, like, everything's on YouTube. Someone's already done that one. That didn't just come across my head. I'm thinking don't do it, but at the same time, I know that it's probably already out there on YouTube. I'm not even going to go looking for it because I know it's there. Because I've had my actual channel has been up since 2011. And until this year, I only had 2 videos. And one I had to make private because it was a video to my mom. It was a video for my mom's homegoing when she died. And it has people's music in it. So I had to I had to make that one private now so that it got a copyright strike in 2011, but I don't need them to give me another copyright strike for it now in the present. So I just put it on private so nobody can see it. But I literally only had 2, but I used to always come on YouTube and I would just figure out, okay, what do I need to know how to do? So I'd come on YouTube and find it. I said, somebody must have put a YouTube video up about this already, and I'd go find it. And I'm like, that's what I would use YouTube for. I would to find out how to do something, or to listen to all the conspiracy theories about whatever, And then, I listened to a couple of the gossip channels too on reality TV, so that I don't have to waste my time watching the show. I can just get the recap. Ooh, Rena, tell me if you find it. I know it's out there. I'm not even going to look. I know it's out there. Because just as much as I hate it, somebody else loves that. Somebody else loves that. And there's a video out there just for them. So I'm sure it's out there. I am so sure it's out there. And they probably getting tons of reviews. How many channels are there? 15, 20, 100? Okay, I found one, and it has 89,000 views. Told you. Told you. Told you. Told y'all. As much as I hate it, and it creeps me out, there's at least 89,000 people out there that love it. And then I think I'm looking down, there's another page that has over 100,000 views. See? You know? I know. I knew it was out there. I knew it was out there because I knew it had to be there. I just knew it had to be there. Because there's a YouTube channel for everything. Yep, they're out there, ladies. That is crazy. And the fact that they've got, you know, one has over 100K views, the other one has close to 100K views, and that's just the first two I saw. I didn't need to go down the list after that. That was enough. That was enough. That was truly enough. Yep. See, there you go. Millions of people, millions. You know, because, you know, it freaks me out. And I'm sure there are millions of us who it freaks out. But then there's also millions that want to hear that. Probably because it freaks them out. But they have to go look at that channel because I can't believe somebody made a channel for this. I'm going to go look at it. Wow. Now that's interesting. The vibrations. Well, you know that each person's body is a symphony because your DNA is numeric. They use numbers for DNA, and if you laid out that, it would play a symphony, and each person's symphony is different because each person's DNA is slightly different. No two DNAs are exactly the same unless they came from the exact same egg. But that's something that I learned is that if you took a person's DNA, took all those lines of DNA, the numbers, because we know that numbers mean each number is a note, that it will play a symphony, that each person's DNA is actually a symphony of their life. It's a symphony. I know that sounds crazy, but we all know that DNA is numeric. You guys have seen those things where it has the zeros and ones and all that kind of stuff on there. Oh yeah, I know. Well, I know for a fact that music helps people with autism. I know for a fact it helps them. See? Oh yeah. Now that I could do that one, Toya. I could do the fan one. That one I could probably listen to that and fall asleep. Because that has to be so calming. Just the droning of the fan. Just the droning of the fan. It has to be so, you know. Oh, move this thing down. Let's see. Do you know? My niece does that. I sleep with the fan on, but for other reasons. Because I'm flashing. Oh, man. Earth, Wind, and Fire is my group. That's my group. I call them EWF. My favorite song by them is from the very first album, and it's called Where Have All the Flowers Gone? That's my favorite song by them. Where have all the flowers gone? Philip Bailey sings it. And it's at this time of night, I can't hit all those notes. I usually can, but I love Earth, Wind, and Fire. I love their music. I love their music. I love their music. I absolutely do. But yeah, I know the organs in churches. What about the organ? Let's Groove Tonight is one of my favorites. It reminds me specifically of my freshman year in college because that's when that song was out, and I went to go see Earth, Wind, and Fire in concert. When they sang that song, they sang everything. But yeah, music definitely helps people on the spectrum. You know, that's why like in some states they have music therapy, but it's something that they use to help. Because I mean, everybody saw that boy that won AGT, Cody Lee. Clearly, music helped him. You know, because when he starts playing and he starts singing, it's like it's a whole nother person. His voice doesn't even sound like the person like when he's talking. Sounds like a whole nother person. Really? I didn't know that. I didn't know that, Flat Earth. I did not know that was the reason why they named it specifically that. Yep. Music heals the soul. That is very true. Music is very healing. Very, very healing. Oh, yeah, I love the video too. Toya, I love that video too. Every time I hear that song, I have to get up and dance. Every time I hear that song, I have to get up and dance. So yeah, that's running a close second to Where Have All the Flowers Gone? Where Have All the Flowers Gone is my favorite song by them because it was the first song I ever heard about Earth, Wind, and Fire. And when I heard that song, I loved it so much, I had to go find out who the group was. And I was like a kid. Like, you know, I was a kid when that song came out. But it was like one of, you know, I went and got the album. And I still have the album. I still have the album. Flat Earth, I'm a nerd. I'm a nerdy girl, so I'm always researching. I'm always looking at stuff. Well, Toya, I used music with my son to help him to talk. He could sing things before he could say them. Yep. So if you can sing, if if there's things that he has problems saying, try singing them to him. Because like when my son, he was like in a like a Christmas thing where they had to say things when he was little. He was like around 4 or 5, but he couldn't say it, but he could sing it. And so when it came to his part, I got up there with him in the little Christmas pageant, and he sang it. He sang his line, and that's how he was able to, because when he was around 4, because of the autism, he could talk, but he couldn't talk like a normal 4-year-old of a child not on the spectrum could talk. Oh, wow. My son's favorite song still to this day is a song that I used to sing to him when he was a baby. And I didn't even, and he learned the song from me singing it to him. I used to sing to him, Loving You by Minnie Riperton. And when I first started singing it to him, I could hit all those notes. Now at the age that I'm at, I can't hit that high note all the time anymore. But that's his favorite song. And until his voice changed, he could hit the note. But yeah, music is good for everyone. That's why they have now realized that they made the biggest mistake by taking art and music out of the schools, because modern man considers music an art, but music is actually a science. And if you study the ancient Greeks, music was originally a science. I don't know when we made it into an art, but it started out as a science because music is numeric. It's mathematical. That's what made it a science. And the thing is that when they took music out of the schools, kids' math scores started to plummet because the music was helping them with math. Now they know that, and now they're scrambling to put music back into grade schools. But yep. Music has so many purposes. It is definitely healing, because that is why God created it. God created it for us. Oh, that's so good, Toya. That is so good. That is so good. Wow. Really, Flitters? Wow, I didn't know that. But here's the thing, and this is something that I was talking about, is that some kids that are put in special ed because of behavior issues, not because they actually need to be in special ed. They put them in special ed because they don't want to deal with the behaviors. Yeah, Toya, the whole time that I was pregnant with my son, because I was doing a lot of singing sessions. So I was in the studio doing session work almost the entire time that I was pregnant. And at night, I would take headphones and put them on my stomach so that my son could hear music. And then when he was a baby, he used to hum himself to sleep. And I realized that was because I was always putting music on him, so he used the music to hum himself to sleep when he was a baby. Ah, interesting. I'm gonna have to remember that, Flat Earth. I didn't even know that. Wow. All right. Tell us, Flat Earth. Me too. Me too. I'm all ears. Oh, I know that. I knew that. I knew that. I told you I was a nerd. And and when I was younger, I studied astronomy. I used to love studying astronomy when I was a kid. And my son, we have a telescope that we go outside and try to star watch sometimes when we can, when it's clear enough. I'm a nerd, Flat Earth. I'm sorry. Well, think about it. If I knew that our bodies, each person's DNA is a musical symphony. Now that part I didn't know. Well, yeah, that part. No, actually, I did know that because the light that we're seeing in the stars that we're seeing the light from in the night sky, those stars don't even exist anymore. We're seeing the light. By the time we see the light, that star is gone. It doesn't even exist. So yeah, I understand what you're saying. I do. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. That is true. Yeah, because when we look at the stars and we see the stars in the sky, those stars are already dead. We're seeing light that has come millions of light years. So by the time we see it, the star that casts that light no longer exists. Not to mention the fact that they're millions of light years from us. And I'm gonna tell y'all guys what was weird this morning. Was it today or was it yesterday? No, it wasn't today. It was yesterday. Yesterday morning, I was out early in the morning, but it was after dawn. It was like around 7:00 in the morning, and and there was still a full moon in the sky. Full moon. Sun was out. Full moon. I mean, I've never seen a daytime full moon like that. It was just weird to me. Maybe they're always there and I just don't notice it. But I saw it. I'm like, why am I seeing a full moon in the daytime? And it was And you could see it all the way up until about 8 o'clock yesterday morning. You know, I'm like, it's daytime. Isn't the moon supposed to be reflecting the light from the sun? Why do I see it in the daytime? I just thought that was just really weird. But, you know, we've done so much stuff to this planet and to the atmosphere around this planet that, you know, I don't know why it was weird to me. Wow. Huh, maybe there is another sun. And we just don't know it's there because we've never seen it. You know, but who knows? You know, because there are people in this world that believe we are the only ones in this entire universe. Like the higher power only created us. And all these other millions of stars and planets and millions of galaxies, nothing's on them. That's very true. That's very true. The shady side of the moon is like frozen. The shady side is frozen. See, Flat Earth, I'm a nerd. I told you. You know, it's like things stay. It's like you learn things, or it's like, why do I still remember? Why is that in my mental Rolodex? I have weird things in my mental Rolodex. But I'm always, you know, intrigued with outer space and intrigued with the universe. Well, I am not egotistical enough to believe that we are the only created being with intelligence. You know, I don't think that we are. Now, whether these other beings have come down to this planet, I don't know about that part. But I'm not. But I certainly don't think we're alone in the universe. That would be stupid. That would be just, you know, stupid to think. You know, so I'm sure there's life out there, but I'm sure it's, if any of us in close proximity to us, they don't want us to see them, so we don't. You know. Who knows? I mean, you know, there's these myths about that there are people that live underground, you know, that they're aliens that live under the ground under us, and that they're already here. You know, I've heard those kind of crazy stories. So it's just, you know, and like I said, we've done so many different things to the planet and to the atmosphere. Who knows? I mean, they just gave SpaceX the rights to put more satellites up in the sky. So they get to punch through the atmosphere, you know, 31,000 times more. I mean, because they gave them the rights to some ridiculous amount of satellites to put up there. Why? What are they putting all these satellites up there for? Does anybody know? You know? Well, I don't know. I don't think it's hollow, but you know, I believe the middle of it is molten hot. I've seen that video. I've seen that video, Flat Earth. Yeah, I've seen that video. And then my sister went on a cruise to Alaska, and she said, you know, she went on a cruise to Alaska, and she said, yeah, she saw the Northern Lights and, you know, other stuff up there. She said it's beautiful in that part of the world. It looks so different than here. I said, yeah, because they're closer to the top of the earth, so to speak. Yeah, I mean, I know that there's an underground city in DC, even though, you know, that's like the best kept not secret. But yeah, there's a city under the city of DC. For real. And my understanding is that exists all over the country. Not for us, but for some other people. You know. But yeah, no, there's definitely some stuff going on. Definitely some stuff going on. Just like, I want to know what was in that letter from Our Lady of Fatima that the Pope at the Vatican had, and they held it for years and years and years. And then when they finally opened it, they didn't tell anybody what it said. Nobody knows what was in that letter. I just want to know, you know, about that phenomenon that happened in the early 1900s. Kills 3 children. And what apparition came out of the sky? And what did that apparition tell them? That the Catholic Church now knows that the rest of us don't know. Just wondering. Just wondering. You know? And you know, I've been all over YouTube trying to find out if there was anything about that. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Toya. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, so if you look back in history, in the early 1900s, in Fatima, Italy, supposedly, Mary, Jesus' mother, appeared to some children and told them to build a chapel or something to her in a specific spot. And then there was an occurrence that could be seen like all over, where it looked like the sun was falling out of the sky towards the earth like a ball of fire. All of this happened, like, I think it was in 1911. But go look up Our Lady of Fatima. And when that happened, there was supposedly warnings that were given to the kids. And it was, part of it was something that was to be given to the head of the Catholic Church, the Pope at the time. And it was not to be opened until a long, long time later. It did get opened. and they were supposedly they were going to tell us, but supposedly when the Pope, who was sitting at the time that opened it, which was, I would say, late 50s, early 60s, did this happen? Like a long, long time ago, before I was born, before you were born, opened it up. They said he opened it up and that his face turned white as a ghost, and that no one was ever allowed to see what was in that letter, and he didn't speak on it. That's why I want to know what was in it. In my mind, I'm sure it might have been about all the nice things that have happened to the Catholic Church since then. You know what I mean? The exposing of the pedophile priest. So, you know, that's just my thoughts. But smoke break. Oh, okay. Drink break. Y'all are funny. Drink break, smoke break. Well, shoot, I should be doing one of the things y'all are doing. Except all I have is coffee. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I look around YouTube to see if, you know, something's out there, see if there's any conspiracy theories about it or whatever, you know, because I'm nosy like that. And I was raised Catholic. However, the reason I left the Catholic Church is because of the pedophile priests. That's why I left. That's exactly why I left. I left before it was exposed in the Los Angeles Archdiocese in California, but that's the reason why I left nonetheless. Then a couple of years after I left, the whole thing blew up. Yep. And I was done with Catholicism forever. Grew up in the church. I was done. Because the way that they handled that is they protected those sick men. And I believe they are still protecting some of those sick men. And yeah. And they lost a lot of people because of that. And rightfully so. So oh yeah. Let's see. Water from the glaziers. I thought. Well, I don't know about all churches, but I would agree about the Catholic Church. I'd agree about them. I mean, think about it. Vatican City is not even part of Italy, you know, part of Rome. It's its own little state, all by itself. Even has its own post office and everything. Own government. You know, I'm not bitter well, they call me backslidden because I didn't get excommunicated or anything. I just left. But I'm not bitter. I'm just woke to what's going on in the Catholic Church, to the lies and how they distorted church history, you know. Because I know what the Spanish Inquisitions were about for real versus what I learned in religion class. growing up Catholic, because, they wanted to incorporate all that paganism. And then you had the people who did not want to deal with it. And they called them blasphemers. So, yeah. And then, the Crusades went to Africa and forced their version of Christianity on the people on the continent of Africa, who were the first true Christians. So, yeah. That is so cool, Flat Earth. My goddaughter, her dad lived up in Alaska for a little while. And then one of my friends from college was from Alaska. She went to USC with me. And the whole time we were in college, she would wear shorts every day. Didn't matter if it was hot, cold, didn't matter. Because she said everything was warm down here compared to where she was from. Indoctrination class. Yeah, you talking about catechism classes? Yeah. Well, since I went to Catholic school for 12 years, I didn't do catechism classes. I just had religion class in school, so, but yeah, I had to unlearn. Well, I had to learn. No, I didn't have to unlearn. I just had to learn the truth. That's what I had to learn. I had to learn the truth about, really what the Catholic Church is. Hey, Andre. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah. Oh, you grew up on the water? That is so cool, Flat Earth. I grew up near the water, not on it. All right, guys, I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna get me some water out the refrigerator because I'm parched. I'll be right back. Listen to my music. I don't know why he won't go upstairs and go to bed. He thinks he's gonna miss something. My son's sleeping, but didn't go upstairs because I think he thinks he's gonna miss something. Now I got my water now. Thank you. So I'm on even footing with you guys. He did not, Toya. He's sleeping on a Chase lounge. Yeah. When I get off the live stream, I'm gonna have to make him get up and go upstairs to his bed. Yeah, that's the only reason y'all don't hear him, is because he's sleeping now. So now it's quiet. Andre, I'm glad you came through. Thank you so much. We just been around here talking about all kinds of crazy stuff. Nerdy stuff, really. Nerdy stuff. Yeah, we were just talking about, like how, yesterday in broad daylight, I saw a full moon, and it was out with the sun until 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning. I just thought that to be a little weird. Why am I seeing a moon first thing in the morning? Still for hours. But it could be, well, no, because we're on daylight savings time. No. Yeah, maybe that's why. Maybe because we're still on daylight savings time and the time's not right. Because even though it was 7 o'clock, really, the earth, it was 6 o'clock in the morning, you know? So I don't know, maybe that's why. But I just thought it was really weird. But then I thought about that it can't be, it's not really that weird because SpaceX keeps putting stuff up in the atmosphere. And then they just got a contract to do another 31,000 satellites. And I just want to know, what the heck are they putting all these satellites up in the air for? You see that? But you know what, Flat Earth? It would make sense in Alaska. You know what I'm saying? Because of where it is, you know, that, and because of the time of the year where you have the long, you know, the days that are nights. So, you know, that would make more sense. But, you know, who knows? You know, because I ain't never been out to outer space. You know, I'm just in my head thinking that if I'm seeing a blue sky and the sun is out, and if the moon is reflecting from the sun, that at the point that the sun is coming up, the moon should be gone. But, you know, it maybe it's always there and I just don't notice it, you know? I would believe that. I would believe that. I just know that, well, the sky, whatever. Like I've never been out there, so I have no idea. I have no idea. But I'm not a flat earther. But I have no idea. Whatever's beyond this world. You know what I mean? But yeah, no, I would agree with that, Toya, because, you know, I mean, Western religion is kind of bastardized. You know what I mean? Because Western religion is supposed to be, well, let's put it like this. Okay, so here's, I'm gonna give you my church history as I know it. You know, you have the Roman Catholic Church, and then you have the Greek Orthodox, which is the other half of the Catholic Church that does not follow Rome. And so they are different, but they both supposedly, you know, the Greek Orthodox is considered themselves the true Catholic Church because, you know, they don't have statues and they don't, you know, have, you know, Mary as a perpetual virgin who never had any children, you know, biologically after Jesus and the whatnot, you know. So I'm gonna watch that. I already wrote it down, Flat Earth. I already wrote that name down. Matter of fact, whoo, child, Ralph's Trucking is up and online this early in the, oh, I guess it's not early for him. because it's already 6 something on the East Coast. So I guess, yeah, that's not early for him. I'm putting that video in to watch later today by Eric Dubé. I'm putting it in to watch later today so I can watch it. Okay, so which video am I looking at? Flat Earth. Am I looking at the one about the flat Earth? The one about dinosaurs? Which one am I looking at? Evolution and dinosaurs debunked. Is that the one I'm looking at? Concave Earth debunked. I mean, he's got a bunch. Should I just be watching them all? He's a flat earther. I can see that, though. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I have to be careful on that because the last time I was in a conversation talking about that, the last time I was in a chat that was talking about flat Earth, the chat got invaded by bots, by like 10 bots. Seriously. So, because they didn't want it, because clearly they did not want us to have that conversation. So, yeah. I don't know what it is, to be honest with you. But I don't necessarily believe it's flat either. That's what I'm talking about. These were human bots. They weren't your typical trolls that are people. That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying, Flat Earth. That's why I'm steering the conversation away from that. Because I only have one person in the chat that has a wrench. Child, let's not talk about that. We all know that Africa is a huge continent, huge, with 54 countries. 54 countries. Yeah, Toya. You want to swat them? Do you want to swat the human bots? Shoot. I'm telling you, I was in someone else's chat and I was their mod. And they have several mods, but I was the only one there when that conversation happened. And they had told me that this was happening. None of us believed them when they kept telling us that this would happen. And I was in the live stream and saw it for myself. Yeah, certain things you just have to be careful of the conversation you have about it on here. But I am going to go take a look at those videos. I don't know if it's going to convert me to a flat earther, but you know, I will look at what he's saying. Absolutely. You know. You so funny, Toya. You are funny, girl. Yeah, but no. We lost everybody but us. And guess what, guys? We are over 3 hours. I came on here and only thought I was going to be on here for 30 minutes. I know he does. And what's that guy's name that I think is egotistical and stupid? I can't stand him. Neil, whatever his name is. You know, the astrophysicist guy. I know he's a flat earther. Because he's always tweeting on Twitter saying that if you're not, you're an idiot. Neil something. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Now I gotta go look it up because it's just bothering me because I can't remember his name. Neil deGrasse Tyson. That's it. Yep, that's him. Yep. At least I remember he's an astrophysicist. I remember that part, didn't I? You know, flat earth, like I said, I'm gonna look at his videos and everything. And you know, I mean, the Bible says that the earth was without form. And it does not say that he, you know, formed it into a ball or anything like that, you know. So, you know, I'll take a look. Yeah, he's such an egotistical, you know what? He thinks everybody's stupid but him. Girl, stop it. That would be the King James version of it. But you have the Greek and the Hebrew. That came before it, before the King James version, you know, and then the King James version picked, you know, the books that they wanted in there, and then you have the Catholic Bible that added a couple of books. I think they added Lamentations and the Book of Sirach. Both of those books are not in the King James version. And then you have the Apocrypha books that are not in the King James version or in any other, you know, version of the Bible that's out there, because all the other versions of the Bible that are out there, other than the Catholic version of the Bible, are based on the King James version of the Bible. So, yeah. You know. Supposedly, they were supposedly translating from the original Greek and Hebrew text, you know, and then some of it's in Aramaic because the Hebrews, they spoke Aramaic in Galilee. No, they're still around. That's what I'm saying. You know, I mean, they're still around. I mean, you have the first 5 books of the Bible, the Torah, were written by Moses. So, you know, and then the rest of the Old Testament was written by different prophets, and you know, King David wrote some books, and then and wrote the Psalms, and then Proverbs, I believe, was Solomon. Okay. I'll find you. On Facebook, I'm under my government name, but my initials are the same, so you figure out it's me. Plus, my face. My face. So, yeah, I know there's a lot of stuff, I mean, there's a lot of stuff, I mean, some people believe that we landed on the moon. Some people believe that we didn't land on the moon. Some people, some people believe that we've sent, that we have astronauts up, up in the atmosphere. Other people believe that they're not really up there, that they, that it's all Hollywood. So, I mean, I don't know, but I mean, we have seen rockets go up in the air. So, I mean, if they're not going outside of this atmosphere, where are they going? That's all I'm saying. Well, okay, so for me, part of the Bible, a lot of the Bible is historical, okay? We all know historically Jesus really did exist. We know that there was a great flood. We know that David existed. We know that Moses existed. We know all of that. But you have things like the parables. Obviously, they never really happened, but they were for interpretation. Hey, Plush King, how are you? Good morning. Oh, yeah, the Bermuda Triangle. I think, and this is my opinion, that there's something weird going on there. That's my opinion. Thank you for coming through. I know. I can't believe I'm still on. I came on and I just figured I'd stay on. My goal was to make it my goal was just to be on for an hour if nobody came in. And then I made it through 3 whole hours. Cause I've had people here with me. There's something there. Some kind of magnetic force field or something. There's some, I mean, but like the entire Earth has a gravitational field and stuff around it. So there's no telling, but something weird is going on in that area, and it's not just, I mean, it's been happening for a long, long, long time. Yeah, like I said, I have no idea where they go. I know they go up. But hey, somebody's trying to build something so that people can start taking flights out to outer space. So I guess eventually we're all going to know. Oh, I know. I just went down the list. That's what I'm saying. I guess I should just go through the list. Because he's got a lot of videos. He's got a lot of videos. and at least 50,000 people are interested in what he's doing. So I will look. Thank you, Plush King. Trap is a trap beat that my goddaughter created for me. You know, I mean, it can't just be me here talking and stuff. I got the music, you know, to keep it lively, you know, and the music that I created will put you to sleep because it's an acoustic guitar that I'm playing. So I figured this would be more, you know. You did say that, Toya. You did say that, Toya. You did. Something's going, yeah, it's your superpower. Oh yeah, the music is cool. Well, you know, it's supposed to keep me up, if anything. So if it's helping y'all to stay up with me, I love. Yep. But we've been on here for a while. And I'm going to give it another 15 minutes and then we're going to shut it down. But I will be back on. I will be back on probably tonight again. Because I have to start coming live. Or I'll never get those 4,000 hours. So, you know, and like I said at the beginning, you know, some people do the silent streams and everything. And, you know, that's great for them. But I'm afraid that if I leave a silent stream up, then my son's going to come and stop it. You know, so if I put a silent stream on, I would still have to sit here to make sure that it kept going. So might as well be here and saying something. That's what I say. And I don't mind talking because I can talk, as y'all can see. But keep in mind that I'm the caregiver of someone on the autism spectrum who doesn't talk a whole lot. So, yeah. The only time I get to talk is when I'm on YouTube or when I'm around other adults. Cam, you did? Wow. I love that though. That calms me. I would be asleep if I drank that. I would be sleeping now. That's why I had to start out with coffee. You know. But I'll try to come on a little earlier tomorrow. So, today, because hopefully I was having issues with YouTube. My YouTube was just acting crazy. I couldn't get it to come up on my phone. And then my channel was just spinning on my laptop. And then right before the StreamYard, everything started working perfectly again. I know. I'm usually asleep too, Flat Earth. I must be out of my mind in the middle of the night on here. Because it is certainly not like I don't have to get up and work, because I do. You know, but my saving grace is that I work from home. That's my saving grace. I work from home. So I'll get up, I'll have in the morning. I'll have me some Earl Grey tea, and that'll help me. Are you serious? Well, like how I'm talking now, this is it. I used to do radio for like 10 years, and this is not the voice that I used on radio. This is my normal voice. But when I was on radio, my voice was more breathy. I spoke slower because I normally talk really, really fast. So even now, I'm consciously talking slower than I would normally talk, because if I talked at my normal rate, if you're not from where I'm from, you wouldn't understand anything I was saying. So yeah. Toya, I was like, I figured I was awake. Hey, go for it. That's why I came on. I'm like, might as well come on. Somebody will be up with me. You so funny, girl. Yeah, radio voice was the sexy voice. And I wasn't trying to be sexy. It's just I was talking slower, So. I don't think so. Okay, so this is how I said I'll give you how I gave the call letters of the how I gave my thing. I said, you're vibing with DC on KCLA FM 99.5 Los Angeles, and on the World Wide Web at KCLAFM.com. That's how I talked. And that's the actual station that I work on. I'll find you on IG too. Now IG, my IG is the same as on here. DC the Purple Diva. You're funny, girl. I'm not paying attention to you, Toya. But I'm glad my son did go to sleep, because that means that it'll be a little easier to get him up in the morning, because when he stays up all night, it is not a happy time here. I'm going to find y'all on IG right now, because my IG is private. So I usually have to follow somebody on IG so that they can follow me back. All right, let me find Alas. I'm looking for it. Wait a minute. Let me find. Oh, I see. Okay, here we go. Game. Alaskan Game Master. It says I see no, that can't be you, because I see Alaskan Game Master Twitch, but I don't think that's you. Is that you? Yeah, this is you. I think I found you, Alaskan Game Master. I think this is yours. Flat Earth. Yeah, this has to be you. This is definitely you. Yep. Vegan, it's you. I'm following you. I was like, yep, this is you. I'm looking at the pictures. Yep, that's yours. All right, let me find you, Toya. YN. Okay, I got both of y'all. I requested. You're like me, Toya. You're like me. Yeah, you have to request me. But I go and when I know somebody is getting ready to find, to follow me, I go in there and change it right away. Yeah, my page used to be public, but then I had to make it private. Yep. I was getting weirdos. I was getting weirdos in my DMs on IG. So I had to change it to private. I think my Facebook page is private too. Yep, it's private too. I made both of them private. Yeah, because I had weirdos. On Facebook. I had guys from Africa who would get in my DMs, calling me beautiful, saying how you doing and everything. And I'm thinking, I don't know you. You're in Africa. Who are you? We're not even friends. And then they would send me friend requests. Just bizarre. So I privatized my page on Facebook. And on Instagram, I was getting youngsters in my DMs. So no, can't do that. Okay, so that's your other YouTube. Well, I got you on. I got both of you guys. I got both of you guys on IG. And now let me go. I'm getting ready to. I'm going in there right now, Toya, to let you follow me. Where did it go? Okay, there it is. Yep, I just confirmed you. Oh wow, SFOs. Oh, I got a couple of people from YouTube that sent me requests. I sure do. I need to. That is so funny. People are going in, have been sending me. I had like 10 from YouTubers. 10 people from YouTube were trying to follow me, and I hadn't confirmed them. Good thing I went in there and looked. I got them all. But most importantly, I got you guys. So that was the most important reason. That was the only reason I was in there. I'm up. So now you guys will see. You'll see that on IG, most of my stuff is on both of my things. Most of my posts are about autism or about my son. That's what I do. You going upstairs to bed now? Okay. Mom will be upstairs soon, okay? All right. So we have 6 more minutes, and then we are done. Thank you, Plush King. Yes, I see you, Toya. I have you and you have me. Oh, Toya, I was going to tell you. There's a group on... Oh, you're not on Facebook. That's right. But they may have an IG page too. Because there's a group that I'm in. It's called the Special Needs Moms Network, and it's only moms. It's only moms. So, but I know they're on. I know they're on Facebook. Yeah, he's you hear him in the background. He's going upstairs right now. He's grabbing his stuff and his phone because he can't leave his phone down here with me. It must be in the same place as him. Yeah. Well, tell your mom to look at that page. It's called Special Needs. It's called the Special Needs Mom Network. Yeah, and it's only mothers, and it's not exclusive to autism. It's just mothers of special needs, kids or adults. That's the only one that I'm like really active on Facebook, because a lot of the autism parent groups are just crazy. I mean, people are disrespectful to other parents, just saying crazy things to parents when the parents are really in their ass, really saying what's going on because they don't know what to do. And then so I go and look at those sometimes, but it's just really disheartening because you have so many parents who have a child of their own on the spectrum who are disrespectful to other parents about how they're raising their child. So. Yep, I just have that song. Literally, it's like a 3.5 minute, 3 minute 45 seconds or something like that, and it's just on loop. I know, that's the thing. That's what I'm saying. I'm in a bunch of them, but the only one I really participate in is that particular one because everybody in that group is respectful. It's only mothers in that group. But when you go on the parents' pages, you have some parents. I've even seen parents on there saying that they're gonna call CPS on another autism parent. Like, are you kidding me? So yeah, very disrespectful. I mean, I've met a couple of good people in some of those groups, and I'm friends with them outside of the autism groups, but very, very disrespectful, and insensitive. And you would think that they wouldn't be insensitive considering they are a parent of a child on the spectrum, but just ignorant all around. So I don't participate in those groups because they're toxic. Yeah. I mean, there are a couple of good groups on there. Don't get me wrong. But the vast majority, they're supposed to be a safe haven for the parents to just kind of vent and kind of ask other parents. But sometimes it's not like that. I mean, because it was in one of those groups that I saw the crazy comment about the young man who won America's Got Talent, that his parents forced him to do this and that they were exploiting him. Not thinking about the fact that this young man is 22 years old, almost 23. And regardless of the fact that he has autism, he clearly wanted to do this himself. And I happen to live in Southern California where he is. And he had been performing for the last few years in the area that he lives in in a band with his brother and sister. So I'm happy for him. But yeah, even in that situation, you had people who were idiotic. That's what I'm talking about. I did a story time on my channel about when someone called CPS on me when my son was younger, but at least one of the other autism channels on YouTube has had CPS called on them. And it's one of the larger ones. I mean, I think they got like 100,000, almost 100,000 subscribers. And they have a teenage daughter who is completely nonverbal. And I believe they had posted a video of her having a meltdown. I'm never going to post. First of all, if my son's having a meltdown, I don't have time to videotape it. But something was going on, and they were doing what they needed to do in regards to her, and they showed her having a bad day on the channel, and then somebody called CPS. Yeah. And then there's another YouTuber that I know, and she had to get her a whole new channel because they hacked her channel. So now she doesn't come on camera. So she has a new channel, and now she won't come back on camera. She just posts her videos, and it's just voiceovers with whatever she's saying and pictures, but she won't come back on camera because of it. So, I mean, can't nobody call CPS on me. My son's an adult, and so, but I feel for the parents that has happened to on YouTube, but in real life, it happens to parents with kids with autism all the time. Yeah, I'm like, hey, but Toya, if you go around YouTube, I promise you, there are videos of children having meltdowns that have been posted. I know because my son found them because he likes to watch them. He likes to watch the videos of children on the spectrum having meltdowns. That's crazy. That's crazy, Flat Earth. That's why I'm like, it's, in my situation, thankfully, the person from CPS that came out knew about autism. And before she came out and talked to me, she also had come out to my house to see if what they were saying was true. And nothing that they said was true, but, the person just didn't know autism. They would see my son in his own backyard doing what he did. He literally was making landing strips in the backyard at that time. So, it was just, the whole situation was just kind of crazy to me, and I know how they feel, because even if the allegations are unfounded, you still have to go through the process. And I don't know about in Florida, but it took like 6 weeks to go through that whole process, And I had to tell his caseworker at the regional center that, and then they told me this happens all the time. That's how I knew it happened all the time. When it happened to my son, they say, oh, they said this happens to parents on the with kids on the spectrum all the time. Yep. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, guys. Well, we made it past the 3.5 hour mark. And I have to say thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Miss Toya. You are an awesome mod. You hung out, girl, in the middle of the night. I picked well when I picked you. And thank you, Flat Earth. We've had a very, very good, very, very interesting conversation. And I look forward to our next conversation. I look forward to the next one. And if Plush King, if you're out there in the background somewhere, I think you might have left. Thank you for coming through too. Thank you, Toya. You are so sweet. You guys, both of you guys, this has been a great live because we've had some really good conversation. And if there had been 10 people in here, we probably wouldn't have been able to have that conversation. I know that, Flat Earth. I know. But they gone. They can never bother me again. I had my one and only encounter with them, and they never darkened my door again. You know, never. But I thank you guys for getting on here. I enjoyed our conversation. It was very stimulating. I know whose videos I'm going to be watching tomorrow. Or rather later on today while I'm working. And I will probably be on later on tonight. Hopefully not so late. But both of you guys have a wonderful Thursday. And I will see you guys later. Thank you for coming. Peace, guys.